Давай на 59-я страничка, скорее всего, сейчас посмотрим. Students book.
Ща. И то. Мгм. Так,
Тексты.
сейчас я включить покажу экран.
Давай.
Ам, Есть?
Да. Так, мы остановились на 3-м? Нет, мы остановились на 5-й, по-моему, страничке. Упражнение номер 4. Да?
Так,
You are going...
по-моему, да.
Давай,
You
поехали.
are going to read about one quiz show contestant, Patrick Spooner. Read article 1 from an Australian newspaper. Why was the article written about him?
Да.
Так, вот это Брук Бэкпекер. Это справа. Или стоп. One quiz show contestant Patrick Spooner. Read article 1. Ну вот. Получается, это оно, да? То, что справа.
Мгм.
Так, an English backpacker who was so broke that he slept on a friend's floor won 2,500. Ой, нет.
250,000.
250,000 cash in a television quiz last night. Paddy Spooner, who has only a week left in Australia before his visa expires, scooped the biggest prize so far on Channel 9's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. A self-described professional backpacker, Mr. Spooner stuck it rich by answering 10 multiple-choice questions. The final question, which he answered correctly, was to name the year in which the last convicts were transported to Fremantle. 1868. He decided to take the money when he didn't know the answer to next question, worth 500,000, which asked him to name the science field in which Australian Sir T.V. Edgeworth specialized, geology. Mr. Spooner borrowed a friend phone to make 215 $1 phone calls before successfully registering for the show.
Very good. Геология читается как? Geology.
Geology. Ага.
Right. Давайте, знаете, я сомневаюсь, поэтому мы посмотрим с вами в контексте. Ян, посмотрим в контексте. Если там geology, там geology. Geography, да.
Вы мне что начинаете чуть подвисать? Я, наверное, камеру выключу.
Пожалуйста.
У меня что?
И я начинаю подвисать, друзья.
Интернет барахлит.
Интернет барахлит. Так. Контекст реверса. Geology. Смотрим. Геология. Произносись. Geology, друзья мои, это geology.
Значит, я все-таки тогда правильно сказала. Я даже не помню, как я сказала.
Geography. Главное проверять. Спасибо. Поехали, мой хороший, в путь. Geology есть. Перевод нужен?
Ну, в принципе, думаю, нет.
Нет, хорошо. Давайте дальше. Ответ какой будет на 4 у нас?
Why was the article written about him? Получается. Because of his surprising story, because he was really broken, and in one moment he just wins such big amount of money, and because of this money he have more he has more abilities, and he has a chance. He won a chance to start a normal life.
It's true. Thank you. Please, number 5.
Can you guess the next stage of Spooner's plan? Read Article 2 from the British press and check your ideas.
All right. Let's do it.
Так, второй. What do you mean it's only a game? The top prize remains elusive, but Who Wants to Be a Millionaire contestant Patty Spooner may have found a novel way to win the golden sum. Mr. Spooner walked off with 250,000 following his appearance on the top British TV quiz show on Thursday night. But he was no rookie. The 33-year-old backpacker from Hampshire has already pocketed a fortune on the Australian version of the show. In April last year, he made headlines on the other side of the world when he scooped what was then the record price of 250,000 Australian dollars. And given that, Mr. Spooner sees himself as a hemispheric commuter who travels the world escaping from winter, where there is a good chance he will soon pop up on the American version of the program. Clearly, his grasp of general knowledge and dodginess, запуталась. He called the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire hotline 400 times before being cancelled, outlining him as a budding quiz show professional.
Quite right. Вот этот doggedness. Clearly, his grasp of general knowledge and doggedness. Вот этот doggedness. Я помню, что мы его писали в phrase builder, по-моему, в прошлый... Перестань кусаться. В прошлый раз. Ну что это? Господи. Вот, оно было в фразе. А вот в какой фразе? Это упрямство. Посмотрим фразу. Вот phrase builder дальше есть. Doggedness, упрямство. He called the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire hotline 400 times before being selected. Yeah? Thank you. Давайте еще троечку прочитаем.
Okay. A toss of coin costs constant and dear. With a toss of an old 1 pound coin, или как это?
Фунты, я думаю, что это не фунты, это евро. Не, фунты и pounds. Вот такая колючка, а евро внизу. Pounds.
Pounds.
Да.
Ну, если 1 pound, да?
1 pound, да.
1 pound coin, it all it all went horribly wrong for a shocked contestant on Gray Burns' Who Wants to Be a Millionaire show last night, who left with only 1,000 euros after winning well over $500,000 on the British and Australian versions of the show. Patrick Spooner, 35, was left in total disbelief after he got a 4,000 euros question wrong when asked the name of top Irish actor Pierce Brosnan's youngest son. He first asked the audience, 31% of whom gave him the correct answer of Paris, but decided that this margin was too close, and on opting for his 50-50 lifeline was left by Paris and Tyrone. A stunned Gay Byrne looked on as Patrick, who was born in Britain, produced an old 1 pound coin from his pocket and said he was going to flip it to decide the answer. At this stage, Gay reminded Patrick that he could still use his phone a friend lifeline, but the toast coin was already in mid-air, and he opted for the wrong answer of Tyrone. Gay then helped the speechless contestant out of the chair just as the klaxon sounded to the end of the show. Patrick has previously scooped 250,000 on the Australian version of the show and another 250,000 on the British version. He moved to Dublin last year to try his hand at the Irish show, making up to 200 phone calls per week to get on. It is understood that his phone bills have reached 900 euros. He now plans to resume his extensive travels, which have taken him to 45 countries in 4 years. He was described as a professional backpacker on the show.
Вот такая вот ситуация. What do you think about that? Do you have any questions, Яночка, about the text?
No.
Very well. So let's do it with number 5. We stopped here. Can you guess the next stage? What was the next stage of his plan?
Где это?
Number 5, 5A. Вот, ну, да, вот. Видно, я показываю? Тогда нет. 5A.
5A. А тут так, ну, can you guess the next stage of Spooner's plan?
Да, но мы уже прочитали, поэтому можем по факту сказать, что он сделал. Он что сделал?
He like took a part in different variations of the show in different countries.
Yeah. And he returned to Britain, yeah, and appeared on the show. All right. Появиться в шоу — это appear on. To appear on. Thank you. Let's do it with B. B. What were the similarities between the TV appearances in Britain and in Australia? Similarities — это похожие черты, да? Было дело? Да.
Да.
Вот. Как ответим на этот вопрос?
Так. The main idea of the show, I think,
Okay, yes.
like that you can win some money if you know the right answer.
So, we can say also, сейчас найдем, где это место. He won the same figure prize money, although in pounds instead of dollars, right? He made a large number of calls in order to get on the show. Very well. Let's go further. 6A. Predict what Spooner did next. Scan article 3 and check what happened. Yanочка, what happened? Did he appear on any show?
He appeared on the British and Australian versions of the show, and it was a problem with him answering the question because he was in disbelief, and he asked the public what is the answer, and in the result he said the wrong answer, and it was the question which costed 4,000 euros.
Which cost? Он же неправильный.
Еще раз?
Он неправильный, этот глагол cost. Поэтому cost.
Cost 4,000 euros, and as a result, I didn't understand did he won or not, but I think that yes, and he made quite a good success because he moved to Dublin last year. And Dublin last year, and also he has a lot of travels which already have taken him to 45 countries in 4 years.
Very good, guys. Thank you. So tick the statements that reflect your opinion of Patrick Spooner and explain why.
Так.
Tick the statements. Let's do it.
I don't think that I feel sorry for him.
Because?
Because maybe I'm a little sorry for him because he had really a lot of problems and he was broken and it's very sad, but in the result we can see that he made a success. I don't know, can I call it success or no, because it is more luck than success, I think. Because he got his money from different shows, and I think that it's it's harder a lot to get money from different jobs than from shows, and it also depends on luck. And I don't think that I can say that he got what he deserved. Uh, as I said before, I think that it was more luck than something that he deserved. So I don't think that people like him should be banned from game shows, because it's interesting to watch such shows with such people, because they are going further and further, and you are very interested in the result. Will this person win something or not? And maybe I can say that I admire his ingenuity, because if he was broken, he found a chance to uh, earn money, even if it is in such way.
Of course, I understand. Thank you. Let's do it with next one.
Can you remember the colloquial phrases used instead of the phrases in bold?
Так, это очень интересное задание. Можете ли вы вспомнить? Попробуем. Это phrase builder. Окей?
Так, an English backpacker who had so little money that he slept on friend's floor was broken. Не, там было, сейчас скажу. So broke, was so broke.
Was so broke.
Mr. Spooner, 32, made a lot of money. Так. Struck it rich,
Okay, Trish, very good.
but he was not a complete beginner. Так.
На уроке, я еще помню, как ты читала это на уроке. Новичок, тот, который ничего не умеет.
Так, last year he became famous on the other side of the world. Так, last year he became famous.
Прославился в заголовках. Made headlines.
Made headlines. Так. There's a good chance he will soon appear unexpectedly on the American version. Ой, сейчас. Забыла.
Появится. Pop-up. Возникнет.
Pop-up.
Да.
With a toss of an old £1 coin, things went badly for a shocked contestant. It all went horribly.
It all went horribly wrong. Да?
Horribly wrong for a shocked contestant. He moved to Dublin to see if he could succeed on the Irish show. To try his hand at the Irish show.
Very nice. И Дублин читается Dublin, right? Right.
Точно.
Thank you. Точно. Phrase builder. Модуль какой это, боже мой. Кто знает, какой модуль? Скажите, пожалуйста. Шестой. Вот 6. Phrasal verbs мы сделали.
Нет.
Идиомки, друзья мои. Это не то пальто, друзья.
Я не могу переключить, нет. Меню зума на всю эту. Сейчас я его так сделаю. Оп.
Это рабочая тетрадь. Мы уже на серединке, ой, я зникла знов. На серединке находимся книжки. Это успех. С экватором на страничка 25, 20, 25, 20, 25.
Вот.
Так, погнали.
Так, сейчас я открою, чтобы записывать перевод.
Да. А я хитрая, у меня контекст реверсу будет открыт. Ну, дивитися туди.
Так, break even. To neither make a profit nor lose money. Ой-ой.
И примеры, да?
Да. Things have been so bad, we'll be lucky if we break even. Also, break-even point. The firm should reach break-even point by the end of the year. Так. Добиться.
Это выйти в ноль.
Мгм.
Выйти в ноль.
Так.
Давайте переведем примеры.
Все было настолько плохо, что нам бы повезло, если бы мы не вышли в ноль.
Угу.
И фирма должна достичь провала.
Порог рентабельности. Тут это будет break-even point.
Так, сейчас что-то у меня тут все вылетает, вылезает.
Все вылетает, друзья.
Sorry. Так. Не знаю, что за штука. Все вылазит. Так. Так, следующее получается.
Да, выйти в ноль мы записали. Угу.
Dream your life away. To waste your life by thinking about what might happen. Wait, what might happen? She would just sit in her chair, dreaming her life away. Ну, как просто мечтая в
Так,
мыслях.
жизнь на мечты.
Мгм. Так. Be in or go into free fall. To experience a very fast or uncontrolled drop in the value of something. Since the president resigned, the economy has been in free fall. Стремительно,
Приходить в
менять.
упадок.
Мгм. Так, get in touch with somebody. Оставаться, на связи.
Да, get in touch. Yeah.
Так. Go bust to cease business because the company has no more money. Dad lost his job when the firm went bust. Ну, не обанкротиться, как, я не знаю, развалиться,
Обанкротиться. Обанкротиться.
обанкротиться.
Мгм.
Так. Uh, be in the hot seat. To be the center of attention in a difficult or stressful situation, particularly answering questions. The minister was in the hot seat at today's news conference.
Мгм.
Так, ну, быть в центре внимания.
Мгм. А точнее быть в трудном положении. Мгм.
Угу.
Мгм.
Так. Зараз вибачусь.
Окей.
Так. Be in the red, informal, to owe more money than you have. Быть в долгах.
Мгм. Да.
Make headlines. To receive a lot of coverage in the press and television. To break up of their marriage made headlines last year. Возглавить заголовки.
Да, сенсация.
Так, over the moon. To be extremely happy about something. Быть очень радостным, счастливым
Мгм.
из-за чего-то. Score a hat trick. A series. Так. A series of three successes, especially in football, when the same player scores 3 goals in a single game. Saunders scored a hat trick in United's last game.
Hat-trick.
Так, а тут я не знаю, как его.
Я знаю. Это 3 победы подряд. Смотри. A series of 3 successes. 3 успехов. Такую ситуацию.
Угу. Так. Сбилась. Shower someone with. Так. To generously give someone a lot of something. Childless herself, she'd shower my kids with toys.
А ну давай сама.
Кого-то задаривать чем-то.
Подарить, да.
To suddenly make a lot of money with her last book, she really struck it rich. Also struck it lucky.
Мгм.
Внезапно разбогатеть.
Да.
Take on board, to listen and accept suggestions and ideas, etc. The authorities refuse to take any of our suggestions on board. Брать во внимание.
Или учитывать, да? Учитывать.
Так, take on board, to listen and accept Нет. Tight-fisted, informal, not generous with money. Как сказать? Скупой.
Да. Скупой.
Try your hand at something. Пробовать что-нибудь. Пробовать себя в чем-то новом.
Мгм.
Так, и все. Получается.
Ну, ладно. Теперь делаем exercise, упражнение, replace the information in bold. Все готовы?
Да.
Хорошо.
When we opened the cafe, we didn't expect to make a profit right away. We were happy. Так, in the first year, not to break even
Угу.
in the first year. Или же not to go best.
Какое значение здесь будет, Яночка? Какое мы поставим, не то, которое они поставили.
Ну, получается, оставаться, я так понимаю, стабильными.
Так, значит, будет вытянуть это все. Pullover. Как пуловер.
Ага.
Класс, да? Pullover. Пойдет?
Угу.
Давай запишем. Pullover. Угу.
It's not no good wasting time imagining things. It's time you went out and earned some money. Dream your life away. Dreaming your life away.
Я думаю, здесь будет чуть другое значение. Ну, пусть будет. Let it be. Dreaming your life away.
For the first time, I've got enough money to live comfortable, and my bank account is
In surplus. Быть в плюсе. Значит, цифры не красные, а черные. In the black. In the red это долг. In the black это в плюсе.
Так, my sister is so mean with money. She refuses to travel by bus because she says it's too expensive. Tight-fisted.
Правильно.
David wrote and performed songs for several years with no real success, but it wasn't until his album White Space that he really became rich quickly, that he really struck it rich.
Угу. Struck it rich, да.
Так, my ambitions are to become a top-class footballer, earn lots of money, and to score 3 goals in a World Cup final.
Yeah.
Score a hat trick.
Да.
With one crisis following another, the government is in very rapid decline. Is going into free fall.
Угу. Is in free fall есть.
Even after selling many of its assets, the company was still in debt.
Debt.
Was still in debt, but to the bank was still in the red.
Есть. Угу.
As an only child, her family always gave Ellen a lot of gifts at Christmas, showered Ellen with gifts.
Угу.
Once he'd been driving for a few years, Joseph decided to have a try his hand at rally driving.
Угу. Есть.
I'm absolutely delighted at being offered such a good job. It means that I can now afford to get married and move into the house of my dreams.
Угу.
Over the moon.
Over the moon есть.
Unless we receive some money soon, there is a real danger that the business will go bust.
Колбаски.
Oh, no. Tonight in the radio, the man answering the difficult questions is the Minister for Transport, Mr. Stephen Sworn. Tonight, так, take on board.
Take on board. Tonight in the hot seat, я думаю. А сейчас в тяжелом положении.
The man answering the difficult questions is the Minister for Transport, Mr. Stephen Thorne. I'm always keen to hear people's suggestions, which we will do our best to take on board.
Thank you. И последнее.
The revelation that the president is facing charges of corruption is bound to receive coverage in the media. To make headlines.
Yeah. Есть успех. Thank you. Закрываем все это дело. И берем, да, вот эту книжечку, только следующая страничка, там должна быть grammar. Поехали. Time and tense, страничка 60. Read the text about unsuccessful criminals. Ух ты. Так, ну что же, буква A. Ян, что хотят?
Can you name the verb forms underlined in the first paragraph of the text? Example. Present simple. How many of these forms can you also find in the second paragraph? Stop. Can you name the verb forms underlined in the first paragraph of the text? Тот, что ниже?
Вот этот no criminal, я подозреваю, потому что там написано believes, и они написали первое present simple. Это оно. Ну, совпадает, по крайней мере. Сейчас будет will be taught.
Will be caught.
Кот, да.
Будут пойманы. Так. Так, ну future. Так.
Future.
Ну, не simple точно, получается. И не continuous.
Это future simple. Только.
Разве?
Да. Пассивный. Это passive.
Поняла. Так, but it seems that some are trying. Present continuous.
Да. Active активный.
Да. It's possible for the police in Japan country which has long been present. Этот present perfect. Robber burst into. Так. Получается, past ворвался, уже случилось. Burst into a shop. Так. But as he was admiring, past continuous.
Да.
Everything has been going fine. Had been going fine. Past perfect continuous. Until he realized he had forgotten to put on his mask. Past perfect.
Very well. Теперь, how many of these forms can you also find in the second paragraph? Underline the examples. Они хотят, чтобы мы понаходили временные формы. Давай пробовать.
Ну, have you heard? Present perfect.
Мгм.
Tried past simple.
Мгм.
Had forgotten past perfect. Так, were trying past continuous. Так, said past simple.
Our
М,
said потерялась. Had forgotten нашла. Were wearing есть. А где said?
Don't worry, said the owner. Вот это там, где его, как бы,
Вот.
цитата, что он сказал.
Хорошо. Said. Окей. Were trying. Это у нас что такое?
Past continuous.
Окей, есть.
Так,
Ресурс.
I've found, ну,
Advanced.
и, это present perfect.
Have
Так,
found.
да, и вроде бы все.
Угу. Окей. Thank you. То есть ты хочешь сказать, что вот именно вот эти формы. Ну, пусть будет. Давай посмотрим 2a. How many of the same verb forms can you find in the sentences below? Do they refer to the same time as the examples in exercise 1? Окей. Broke, backpacker, wins. Поназываем вот эти формочки wins. Это у нас что будет? Естественно.
Выигрывает. Так, стоп.
Да.
Еще. Wins. Так, ну это present simple.
Угу.
Win.
Давай дальше.
Так, второе. Have you ever thought about what you'd do if you won a big money prize? Past simple.
Угу.
Mom, I was wondering if you could lend me a bit of money until I get paid on Friday. Past continuous.
Yeah.
Your father told me this morning that he'd already lent you five 50 pounds.
50 pounds. 50 фунтов.
Past perfect.
Had the land есть.
Так, if the two robbers had had more sense, they might have got away with it. Past perfect.
Past perfect, okay.
He'll have to leave the country as soon as his visa has expired. Present perfect.
Мгм.
So this funny old broke walks up to me and asks me to give him 20 quid.
Мгм.
Present simple.
Мгм.
I advise you not to leave any valuables in your room, Mrs. Timothy. Так, ну, present simple.
Advice, very well, thank you. Grammar, extension bank, pages 136-139. Посмотрим, что там. 136, 130, 136. Так, 136. Есть успех.
Так, тишина.
Да, что там? Там у нас grammar extension. Мы сейчас сделаем по заданию первое, там, где зелененькое написано 138. Есть такое?
Угу.
Окей. Что они тут говорят? Они говорят о разных временных формах. Ну, поехали. Общие. Time and tense. Время и временная форма. General. Общая информация. Различные формы глаголов английского языка часто называют временными формами. А в английском языке 12 форм, исключая пассивы. Можно ли это как-то комментировать? Мы изучили обычные способы использования этих форм глаголов в модулях предыдущих. Смотрите, модуль 9. Однако соотношение времени и временной формы в английском языке не всегда такое. Они написали 4 формы present, 4 формы past и 4 формы future. Вот, пожалуйста. Получилось 12 форм. Present, past и future. Каких форм здесь нет? Еще 4 штук. Почему получилось 12, а не 16? Потому что нету future in the past. Да?
Мгм.
Класс. B. Special uses of the present simple. Особое использование настоящего простого времени. Present simple для прошедшего времени. И тут есть вот первый случай, когда в заголовках газет anti-US protest ends in violence. Антиамериканский протест закончился насилием. Minister quits. Министр уходит. И strike brings city to a standstill. Забастовка останавливает, что-то там приводит город в тупик какой-то. Упражнение 1, страничка 138. Сейчас мы еще это вот посмотрим еще. Упражнение 1, страничка 138. Перепишите эти предложения как заглавие. Помните, что артикли и притяжательные, прилагательные обычно не используются в заглавиях, и количество слов в заглавии подано в скобках. Пример. The police have launched a crackdown on car thieves. И тут указано, что мы должны сделать из этого 6 слов. Хорошо.
Мгм.
Полиция начала преследование угонщиков автомобилей. Police. И сразу же launch в инфинитиве. Crackdown on car thieves. Окей. Пара поженилась после 25-летней помолвки. Как сделаем?
Так, a couple marry after a 25-year engagement.
Marry, да. То есть будут ли какие-то окончания в заглаве? Couple marry. Все, couple marry after 25-year engagement. Хорошо. Следующее. Министр образования намекнул на изменения в школьной программе. Minister of Education. А дальше?
In
Hints.
hints.
Тут будет окончание hints, потому что министр это он. Если пара это двое, то тут hints. Да. На что? И там дальше. Changes in school curriculum, да?
Мгм.
Хорошо. Два брата утонули после того, как их лодка затонула во время сильного шторма.
Two brothers drowned after the boat sank in violent storms.
After boat sinks in
Sinks in violent storms.
storms. Okay.
A
Футболист
footballer scores a hat trick, but his team is beaten. Не,
are beaten, but team are beaten.
да.
И последний.
The veteran actress Google Winters collapses on stage at the Theatre Royal.
Потеряла сознание. Collapses on stage at theater road. Все, спасибо большое. Продолжим в четверг, мои хорошие. Жду.
Угу.
Пока.
Все, до свидания.
Пока.